Hello, welcome to my channel. Today I have got a really short dream to tell you about and a really short message. So sometimes simplicity is the rule of the day, even after yesterday when I posted that extra video. But I'm going to go ahead and pull a card, and then I'm going to read through the meditation. It'll probably be considerably shorter than yesterday's, but the message is similar. So let's see what the cards have to say here. Okay. And the card that I got today is Red Garden. I've never pulled this card before. Not really sure exactly what it means, but it does feel really pretty. Lots of flowers and blossoms, and the person in the picture is wearing a mask of some sort over her eyes, and it looks like a little bit of a secret is being portrayed here. Again, I'm not sure what this means. I'm not sure what it implies, but I think the card is quite beautiful in that it has all the reds and the greens and stuff of nature and the sky and the sun and, the healthiness of the flower and the blossom and just all of that stuff. So that's the card I got today. And I'm going to go ahead and read through this, and then I am going to post it. So it's day number 7, May 10th, 2025, and this is called The Bus Stop. I said, I don't know how long I can do this today. The smell in this house is awful. Our neighbors are cooking something with garlic, and it has caused the entire block to smell strangely. I'm really grossed out here. It makes me nauseous. Nigel says, we will go as long as you can handle it. Tell us about your dream. I said it was really short. We were walking to the bus stop to get on a bus to go home, and while walking towards the stop, a bus approached. We quickened our step to get to the bus stop. My husband was quickly getting ahead of me to get to the bus, and I seemed to get blocked by the wall of people. I soon lost sight of him and found myself merely trying to get through to reach the doors to the bus. When I ultimately did, I jumped on the bus and tried to call out to my husband. I couldn't find him and was starting to look out onto the platform to see if he was still there. I didn't see him, but then I woke up. Any ideas what that could mean? Metatron says, you clearly, excuse me, you clearly were separated from your husband and tried to get through on your own. This coincides with your dream from yesterday. You were separated from your husband, but not in a permanent sense. Clearly, you understood the notion that the separation, although it can be a bit off-putting, is not permanent. The idea is not so much as being alone, but being temporarily on your own to achieve a goal. This goal is to find your way back home or handle a brief separation. I said it reminds me a bit of when I had my operation. Now, Metatron says, it is akin to that. You go through times in your life when you must muddle through on your own. What you realize during those instances is that it does make you stronger. When you come through an instance, you can sigh with relief that you made it. And that would be perceived as an accomplishment. That is, in essence, what the dream means. Remember, some time ago when you were in London and you and your husband got separated in the underground, what happened? I said, he got on the subway car, the door closed before I could, and then I had to wait for the next one to come. Once it did, I went to the next station and he was there waiting for me. We rejoined one another and continued our journey. Metatron says, there was a simple understanding with you both that all was okay. You merely needed to get in the next point in your journey, and you did. The overall sense of this is that you both understand without speaking what would happen. If we had gotten on the bus, you knew at an unconscious level that you would rejoin one another at home or at the next bus stop. This may have felt scary at the start, but once you recognize that the fact that this was only a temporary situation, you could go through it without fear or trepidation. I said, so it was really simple. I mean, the message. And Metatron says, yet something about some dreams is really the simplicity of them. The message is not always going to be a convoluted storyline, but instead it will be a simple reminder or idea that you have already been aware of. It is merely the idea that confirms something that you previously knew, but were being made aware of to confirm that this message was in fact accurate. The dream was sort of that. It was a short dream with a simple message. It coincides with what you were told yesterday, but it was also a quick and easy message about said thing. I said, I feel compelled to check my journal to see if the next dream has a similar message. Metatron says, not a similar message, but we can go into that one tomorrow. I said, it would seem that the message from yesterday is akin to this message I got last night. And Metatron says, indeed, it was the confirmation that you can handle these instances, so we can continue tomorrow. I said, speaking of simplicity. And Metatron says, sometimes dreams have very simple messages that we do not always need to be taken apart piece by piece. It is what it is. I said, okay, then I will talk to you again tomorrow. And Sunshine says, until then. And that's where we ended. So very short message, very simple, very concise. Things are temporary. The separation was temporary. Get to the bus stop, we get separated, it's temporary. We get back together at the next stop or when we get home. Easy schmeezy. Can't really complain too much. Now, as far as this card is concerned, I'm looking at the image. It does seem simple. A woman is standing in a garden. She has a flowered top. She's like a flower herself. She's with a bunch of other flowers. She's not necessarily alone. She's joined by various other figures and various other plants and stuff. And she's there, and she knows that she is not alone and that she will get through. And maybe that's the message for me in all of this. Even if we get separated for temporary time, we'll always get back together. Things will come back together. Things will work out, and all will be well. So that's the short and sweet message for today. I wish you a wonderful day. Wish you a wonderful weekend. It's Saturday, sun shining. We got blue skies. And I'm going to probably get out of this house and get away from the garlic that has permeated this entire place. It's really not pleasant. So wish you a wonderful day. Hope all is well. Take care. And as always, namaste.